Welcome everyone. My name is Nay Farber. I'm a student at SUNY Empire State, Buffalo campus, and I'm your host for this interview. I'd like to thank Dr. Rihanna Rogers and the Buffalo Project for allowing this opportunity to bring someone into this space, a very special guest. Today with me is Sammie Maitland, and I'm going to read this because I do not want to be wrong. Sammie Maitland is a SUNY Empire State student. She's the person who initiated a grassroots effort to help those who are struggling with social isolation, stress, and anxiety. Essentially, Sammie's conversation with faculty and staff about this subject is what led to the development of what we know today as the SUNY Empire Connects. So welcome, Sammie.
Hello.
Nice having you. Nice to meet you finally.
Yes, we've been going back and forth in emails, but now we're face to face.
This is a great opportunity, I think, and this is the reason why we wanted to talk to you, is because in times like these, we need leadership and we need examples of leadership. So I really want to thank you for being here. And I would like for you to tell us what SUNY Empire Connects is and how it came to be.
SUNY Empire Connects is a platform that enables students to use, right now Zoom, but video conferencing services to come together and to participate in workshops, fitness programs, services from the campus, such as career services, and to be able to connect with the student body and the campus body as a whole, as we're sheltering in place, and also in general, as we are a very large college with locations all across New York State, have one centralized campus home online.
That is a great initiative. It's just fantastic. I mean, I've heard some comments. People have been joining in the workshops and joining into the different options, and there's great participation now. So how did you originally envision this to be, and how did it come to be? How did you get inspired?
So I went into shelter in place at about March 15th. And that week while I was home, reading the news, refreshing news feeds furiously, and really scared and concerned about the future, I realized, though, by the end of that week, a major turning point happened. I asked myself, who do I want to be when this is over? When I look back at myself, who do I want to see? Do I want to see someone who succumbed to hopelessness, who succumbed to helplessness, who succumbed to fear, anxiety, and grief? Or do I want to look back and see someone who was tenacious, who was hopeful, and who persevered? And I realized, though, that I was not the only person. I'm not the only person sitting in my home going through these struggles. So I realized that that I need to reach out to the student body and to the campus body. And I got the bravery to do it because I am a member of the Student Leadership Institute, which is put on by a program put on by the Office of Student Life. And I said to myself, well, I'm a student leader. So I sent some emails out to some different bodies on the campus, such as the Student Affairs Committee, which I'm the Metropolitan representative of, to the Student Leadership Institute, and to Dr. Rihanna Rogers of the Buffalo Project. And all of those emails had one theme in common, which was, now's the time for us to come together as a campus, as a community, as fellow humans and people, to not isolate away in our homes, but to really rise to this challenge and embrace the coming paradigms that are coming, and to really work together to communicate and to collaborate and to strive to make life and living out of this uncertain times. The response was incredibly receptive. And on the administrative end, things began to happen that students cannot do, of course, like changing the website, sending out mass emails. And what came to be was SUNY Empire Connects, which is the ability now for any student and any faculty member to host a program for us, for programs to be offered and services.
And this is, let me just say again, this is a great initiative. And but I'm very curious about you now, because this is truly a leadership stance that you have taken. So how does Sammie Maitland and all her interests, how do they collaborate so that you can, you could have developed this program?
I think a key thing is that if not now, when? If not me, then who? We are the ones that we've been waiting for. And leadership, I mean, I think in times of crisis is the times when leadership most needs to emerge. It's the times when, if you're not going to stand up when things are bad, why do you want to represent people when things are good? And so that is really the starting point for me, was to look at this situation and realize that this was really the time and the imperative to step up as a student leader, and to really utilize the platform that is I'm learning how to build with stuff like Student Leadership Institute to be a leader. Yes, I am a BME major, business management economics, but my concentration is in public administration, and is really striving to work and to learn how to strengthen effective government, to be able to meet the needs and services of the people of today and the here and now. And as a yoga teacher, I teach at Woodhull Hospital, which is a health and hospitals corporation, to serve that community, to help to maximize effectiveness in our public institutions.
And I also know that the current situation has impacted you in a different way, in a more personal way. Can you tell the audience about that?
Yes, my participation in Empire Connects has been somewhat limited since its inception, because pretty much right at the beginning of it starting, of the initiative being sent through and all of the technical things happening, I fell ill, most likely with COVID-19, and I was unable to do anything for about 2 weeks. And it really solidified to me, though, the reality of what is happening outside and all around us. So that was quite a challenge, and it did definitely, though. I mean, it's just, this is the reality of what we're living with and what we're dealing with, and no one is exempt from it, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean that we can't pick up where we left off and rejoin and participate again.
I think it is quite inspiring for a lot of people, that not only did you push through an idea in a time of crisis, but also a crisis that had touched you personally. So let's talk a little bit more about the series that are currently, the series of programming that is currently going on, and what can people expect to, where can people expect to find you? What sort of programming?
So as of now, what I'm looking at doing is on Fridays, to be hosting, as a SAC representative, to be hosting a casual conversation evening on Friday evenings, to allow the student body to come together and to just talk and participate, and maybe talk about a couple things that come up in our experience as students, but then to open the floor to socialize and to talk about the issues and things that matters to us in our everyday lives as well.
Okay, and how do you see these sessions playing out? What do you see people gaining from them? How do you envision it?
A really good time, a really fun time, to really get to know our student culture, to create and to foster a student culture and a community around that culture, where we come together and we have our conversations. And I guess the tapestry and the fabric of what the SUNY Empire student is at about 6 p.m. on a Friday evening will come together into something that's solidified, because every campus, every college has a culture and has traditions and has a tangible feel to it, and why people choose a campus. And I think to bring some of the student body together to really talk in that casual way will begin to show and solidify, amongst ourselves and more broadly, what our culture is as the SUNY, Empire State College student body.
And this is fantastic, because in a time where we have been forced to be isolated. We are looking to technology to help connect and help bridge. Do you think this initiative will have a use going forward, or it will just be limited to this time that we're living right now?
No, absolutely. I believe that for Empire State College, that this is the future of so many campuses in so many regions. Many students participate online, so there's a feeling of isolation and disconnectedness as one goes through the college journey and the college experience. So to be able to have this centralized campus, you know, in a platform and in a place where we can all reach and access, will enable the student body to really come together and flourish. And I envision, you know, SUNY Empire Connects fostering and facilitating a much broader ESC campus culture that we have yet to see in this period of time where everyone's online, but we haven't really taken it to that level where everyone's online together.
Would you say that online would be the new normal?
I think yes. I think online has been the new normal, but I think there's that step forward into online where we really stop looking at screens and start looking into each other at screens. That hasn't happened yet. And now with this crisis, we're making this transition into really utilizing the internet in its next form, in its next advancement and inception.
Right. So, so speaking about connectivity, you talk a lot, and you just emphasized to use technology, yes, to look at each other, but to look into each other. That's a great concept. Can you expand on that a little bit more?
New York State is not on pause. Yes, we are in our homes. Our way of life has changed, but we are still living. We are still going about our days. We still have communities. We still have wants, needs, hopes, and dreams. And it is imperative that the things that foster society and civilization, connectedness and togetherness, are not stopped, altered, and hindered because of what's going on around us. So that's why it's so important that we're not just looking at screens, we're looking at each other and into each other, and we're together.
Give us a final message as to what you hope people to start doing from now on, possibly motivate students who have not yet been in touch with SUNY Empire Connects to hop in and basically just share whatever's in your heart.
This is life. This is the normal we're living. And there's no after this, and there's no going back before this. So delaying anything in our lives and any aspect of our existence is only changing the spectrum of time that we're utilizing. So here in the now, we can be present, we can be together, and we can continue our journeys as students, as friends, as family members, as people, and as humans living the lives that we want.
Thank you so very much, Sammie, for your time today. It has been great to have you here. I would like to thank you for the opportunity. Also, a big thank you to the rest of the planning committee of SUNY Empire Connects. Love to invite everyone to join SUNY Empire Connects for all of the sessions. Find not just the sessions of Sammie, but there's also lots of other resources there available when it comes to student distance learning and other resources pertinent to COVID-19 and managing COVID-19. Also, I'd like to invite you to another interview that's happening next with Shanna Loxton. And we're also discussing SUNY Empire Connects from a different perspective. We're going to talk about it from the staff perspective of SUNY Empire. So thank you again, Sammie, for joining us. And we'll see everyone on the next time.
Thank you so much, Nain. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.